Former Prince Andrew is once again at the center of the Epstein files. Newly released documents from the Justice Department place Andrew Mountbatten Windsor squarely in the spotlight, revealing a series of private emails that show his close and deeply personal contact with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime associate and now convicted sex trafficker. In the emails, Andrew appears to be under the alias The Invisible Man, signing off simply as A. The messages date back to 2001 and 2002, a period when Andrew was stepping away from the Royal Navy and facing upheaval in his personal life. This is the same period during which Andrew has been accused by Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre of having sex with her when she was 17 years old, an allegation he has repeatedly and firmly denied. One of the most startling emails comes from August 2001, apparently sent from what the Invisible Man describes as Balmoral summer camp for the royal family. Complaining about royal duties, he asks Maxwell a question that now echoes loudly. "Have you found me some new inappropriate friends?" Maxwell responds that she has only found appropriate friends. Andrew replies with a single word, distraught. He goes on to describe losing his longtime valet, leaving the Royal Navy, and feeling off balance, asking Maxwell for advice to get my mind back on track. The clues strongly point to Andrew as the author. The reference to leaving the RN matches his official departure from active naval service in July 2001. The emails then turn to travel. In February 2002, Maxwell appeared to have acted as a middlewoman in planning a trip to Peru. She forwarded messages from a local contact discussing sightseeing plans, but also raised disturbing coded language. One message asks, "About the girls, how old is he?" Andrew's response to Maxwell is brief but revealing. "As for girls, I leave that entirely to you." A follow-up email expands on what is described as two-legged sightseeing, defined as intelligent, pretty, fun women from good families, while stressing absolute discretion and warning that Andrew does not want to read about any trip in the papers. Andrew did visit Peru in March 2002 on an official royal tour and was photographed publicly during that trip. The emails themselves do not prove criminal wrongdoing, but they add troubling context to his relationship with Maxwell. Elsewhere in the file dump, the Justice Department confirms it sought UK assistance in arranging a voluntary interview with Andrew over his ties to Epstein and Maxwell. Prosecutors noted he was not a target and that no evidence had been found that he committed a crime under US law. No interview is known to have taken place. Andrew was stripped of his royal titles this year and has withdrawn from public life. As the Epstein files continue to surface, these emails place Andrew back under an unforgiving spotlight, raising fresh questions about access, privilege, and what was allowed to happen behind those royal closed doors.
Images once hidden from public view are now sending shockwaves through Britain's establishment. Newly released photographs appear to show how convicted child sex offenders gained access to the very heart of British high society. Photographs released by the US Justice Department show Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in close proximity to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, raising fresh questions about how they moved within elite circles. The images include Epstein and Maxwell hunting with the former prince at Balmoral and seated with him in the royal box at Ascot. Another photograph shows Maxwell standing outside 10 Downing Street. One image shows Mountbatten Windsor reclining across several people, faces redacted, with Maxwell looking down and smiling. Sky News reports the photograph was taken at Sandringham, the late Queen Elizabeth's private estate in Norfolk. Another image, believed to date from 2002, shows Maxwell posing inside Winston Churchill's war rooms alongside former U.S. President Bill Clinton and actor Kevin Spacey. The photographs form part of a massive document release uploaded Friday night by the U.S. Justice Department, which temporarily placed users in online queues due to overwhelming demand. The release followed confirmation by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche that hundreds of thousands of Epstein-related documents would be made public under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Officials say thousands more documents will follow, delayed to protect victims' identities. The images help illustrate how Mountbatten Windsor provided Epstein and Maxwell access to the highest levels of British society. Several photographs also feature his former wife, Sarah Ferguson. It is understood Epstein and Maxwell attended Ladies' Day at Ascot in June 2000 as Mountbatten Windsor's personal guests, despite the presence of the Queen and Queen Mother. Epstein died by suicide in a Manhattan jail in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Mountbatten Windsor stepped back from royal duties in 2019 following a disastrous BBC Newsnight interview, in which he said he did not regret his association with Epstein. In 2022, he paid millions to Virginia Giuffre, who alleged she was trafficked by Epstein and sexually abused by him as a teenager, a claim he denied while settling the case. Renewed scrutiny has followed the posthumous publication of Giuffre's memoir and this latest document release. King Charles stripped his brother of royal titles in October. Among hundreds of photos are images of Clinton, musicians Mick Jagger and Michael Jackson, with no allegations of wrongdoing attached to them. Former UK Ambassador Peter Mandelson also appears in the files, pictured with Epstein after previously facilitating a meeting between Epstein and Tony Blair. Many documents remain heavily redacted, drawing criticism from US lawmakers and survivors. Epstein survivor Liz Stein told BBC Radio 4 the release risks becoming a slow drip of incomplete information, re-traumatizing victims without delivering accountability. She said survivors want one thing: the full truth released in full so justice can finally follow. A scandal spanning decades, continents, and corridors of power now exposed frame by frame. And for institutions built on secrecy, the reckoning may only just be beginning.